Hey everybody. I think I'm gonna have to silence my computer. I swear to the good grief, as soon as I got on here we hit the sound. Um, I have a couple of things I wanted to talk to you guys about this evening. I hate this light in here. I wanted to talk to you guys about some of the things that I've just noticed overall as far as spirituality is concerned, and as far as becoming closer to your spirits is concerned, and the desperate need for some of the things that we really need to make it through life in general, and definitely in times like this. So typically I give readings to people, and I had one this evening about feeling a lack of connection with the ancestors and feeling a lack of connection spiritually. More often than not, when I talk to people, and you have to understand, I'm going to pre-qualify the stuff that I'm getting ready to talk to you guys about, and let me know that you can hear me. If you have any sound or internet issues during this, let me know. But I'm going to tell you about something that is a reoccurring theme, and that in times like this is something worth talking about. Like, I'll have divinations with people, and they will say, I just don't feel like I have a spiritual connection. I have been practicing root work or magic or something like that for a period of time, and they feel incredibly disconnected. Especially in situations like this where you don't get really physical, tangible connections, where, we're dealing with virtual connections. As a person who's been an online course designer for a good portion of my life and who has been in training and development, I will tell you that it does take an extra special effort for us to step outside of our physical needs and take them and apply them spiritually. And that's because you've got to stop and really think about the way we've been programmed as human beings, and the way that society has programmed us, especially in matters of the non-dominant culture's religion. That disconnection is definitely done on purpose. Just like the disconnection that we're having to have from our daily activities is separating ourselves, and it's having psychological effects on people. Jezebel, if you don't get off my table right now, we're going to fight. Get down! Hold on, y'all. This cat is always... Stop! She wanted to fight me, y'all. You better stay out my altar room. Stay off my table. Stay off the table. This cat's crazy. So, back to what I was saying as I'm fighting my cat to get her to respect my space. When you have to do things virtually, it takes an extra bit of effort. Anybody who's taken an online class versus an in-person class will understand that to do online learning, it takes more discipline, it takes more structure, it takes more dedication. And it definitely takes more effort because you're not in a situation where you can. No, this cat was coming to step on my computer keys and disconnect my live. Don't give her no credit for acting right. But you have to. One of my goals as an online course developer and an instructor is to create spaces that are more engaging. People are losing their cool and having cabin fever and the such because they missed that engagement. And I'll give you a case in point. I had a client come to my store last night to pick up the Goddess Planner, and she was pregnant. She came out of her house at least 20 minutes away from the store for a pickup order to get a planner. And I said, fool, if you don't get your ass back in that house right now, you are pregnant. What is wrong with you? But I know what's wrong with her. She's feeling disconnected. She's got cabin fever. And this is something that happens to all of us when we feel as though we are being sequestered against our will. So I think that one of the biggest problems that people are having with this is they don't even know their will. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about how the things that we experience in ordinary life can separate you spiritually from what you need. Jezebel. Now she's scratching the chairs, which she's completely destroyed. I'm going to hit you with this. I'm going to hit you with this. Stop it. Sit down and behave. She don't know how to act, y'all. She really doesn't know how to act. So I think that one of the things that people don't understand about the dark and the light of life, about the dark and the light of energy, and why we have such hard times, and we all do, we're all human. When I talk to you about these things, when I do divinations for people, this is not an exemption for myself. You know, I've heard some talk about how I think I'm this, I'm that, I'm big and I'm bad. Look, whatever I am, I received from spirit. It was not really probably anything that I was capable of on my own. Because there are a lot of things I am that I don't have to explain or expose to anybody. Nobody really has to. We have gotten in this age of social media where either we're only posting the best things about our life, which is not a bad thing, or we are constantly sharing things that expose our weaknesses. So the first thing I'm going to tell you is, and you know, people should read Machiavelli and read other things like that, The Art of War, is showing your hand and exposing your weaknesses, especially in times of real spiritual, emotional, and physical strife, is never a good idea. You should really never let anybody know the things deep down inside that could even possibly break you emotionally. Sometimes some of us are so desperate that we need to talk to somebody that we do it. And that's understandable as well. But there are things that if we had better ways of dealing with these things emotionally, that nobody would probably even know about us. You know, these last few days, like today, I got up this morning, you know, I'm thinking, one of the things that I'm thinking about spiritually is, oh my God, you know, if I get my shit together mundanely, I will have more time for my spiritual pursuits, right? Like, for example, in the store, we need to do some more inventory so that we can order some stuff so that eventually when stores are back up, we will receive our stock. It takes a lot. But baby, that didn't keep me from getting up this morning, looking at that laundry basket full of clean clothes, the other laundry basket slowly approaching, needing to be taken to the basement to be washed again. I got up, I made myself some breakfast, talked to my family, looked around, realized I don't have to be in the store today. This is the first Saturday in almost a year that I didn't have to be in that store. And I love my store, but I said, let me go and carry my ass back to bed, and which I did. And then when I woke up, I realized that I was supposed to have a reading with someone. So I made sure I got up and I made sure I did that reading. What's going to happen, especially the longer that you are sequestered, is there's going to be more of that urge to say, fuck it, okay? And lay back down, okay? And hide. And I get that. I feel that. I keep on telling y'all I got an abusive relationship with my bed. My bed don't want me to have nobody. My bed don't want to share with me with nobody. Then my bed tells me you don't need no friends. You can just stay right here with me, baby. I got everything you need. You ain't even got to work. And if that ain't an abusive relationship, I don't know what is. So we have to condition ourselves to not succumb to abusive behaviors, whether they are ones that are caused by ourselves or the ones that are caused by others. And one of the things that you can do to really abuse yourself is to really say that you want to have a spiritual connection, whether, I don't care what practice it is, what religion it is. It's like saying, I'm a nature witch, but you never go outside. You don't work with the elements of nature. You don't ground yourself. You don't like bugs and animals, and those things bother you. Well, how can you be a nature witch? How can you be a kitchen witch if you can't cook? If you can't take those herbs and roots and make something magical for either food consumption or for health consumption, if you're not doing exactly just that. So there are people out here who are saying, I really, in our particular culture and in many cultures, it's not just African traditional religions or hoodoo, where we venerate our ancestors. And so I had someone come to me tonight and say, well, I don't have a connection with my ancestors. And I'm like, well, do you have an ancestor altar? And she's just like, I used to. And I'm like, stop. Well, you might have used to have a connection with them. And people have the wrong idea about ancestor altars, y'all. The ancestors walk with us all the time. But the question is, are you walking with them? And that's the thing I brought up to her. We're the people, I don't care what religion you're talking about, including Christian religions, they have altars. That altar provides a place of focus for you to think. Some people meditate, some people pray, some people talk. So my method of ancestor veneration is what I am most comfortable with my ancestors, and that is communication. They've talked to us from beyond the human grave forever. And that is what brought me to practicing this form of spirituality. My ancestors have been a part of my household since I was a very small child. And yes, conventional wisdom and culture would tell you that those are ghosts and those are demons and those are things that you should be scared of. And very few people ever get the option to tap into ancestral spirits and the assistance they can give. And people call it by different names. They call them guardian angels or whatnot. But this is a situation. A relationship is a relationship. No matter if it's a human in this realm or in the next. So if you don't maintain healthy relationships, and this is a time, we have the technology not just to work on maintaining those relationships with our spirits, but with the people that we care about the most. You have the ability to get on the phone, text somebody, video call somebody and say, hey, boo, I'm just checking on you. Or maybe, excuse me, there are times, let me take a drink real quick. We're not taking advantage of this situation. I know. I was thinking, okay, I work at home. For me, very, very little has changed. And you're right, Carolyn, I'm going to get to the gratitude part. But I'm just talking about the getting there part. So you got something to thank them for. I have work at home. I have worked at home designing online courses for the past decade. For the decade before that, I did it from an office. I just started going out in public again on a regular basis because of the store. But before that, my store was running my home. So really, physically, not much has changed in my life. Yes, we do appreciate our customers. We get lots of customers, but the website is what drives my business. So it's very important that we keep putting out those orders, and we're going to go to the store probably this evening if my daughter doesn't get tired, but definitely tomorrow, and work on orders and making sure, because I said, I would just love things to slow down for just a minute so I could get a true inventory of what is in my store, because sometimes inventory be off. For example, somebody comes in and buys one of the candles that we have very few of, and then 5 minutes later, somebody goes and, somebody buys it on the website, but I haven't had a chance to print the order. And then 5 minutes later, somebody comes in the store and buys that item. I have to refund the person who bought it online unless I could get it in a hurry. That's not happening. So I'm sitting and I'm thinking about all the things that I can be doing to get my life right in order for me to be able to be better when things get back to normal. Because yes, I do believe whatever you want to call normal will happen again. I believe that. Although this is some shit we ain't never seen before. So the actual thing is, you don't know. And so one of the things that I wanted to do with my life, one of the things I think about with my life is that I do something every day that I enjoy. The whole theory of living each day like it's your last, most of us in our everyday time constraints don't. But at least we can always have a day where we have fulfillment in those ways that we get fulfillment. And that is what you should be looking at now. So if you always wanted to paint, Michael's got curbside pickup. Go get you a canvas and some paints and sit down and paint. I got a house full of fucking craft supplies I still can't get to because there's things that I want to do for me. There's things that I want to do for you. So one of the things is, if you're a member of my customer group and you haven't been in the group in the last hour, you might want to go check it out because I got a gift for y'all for tomorrow. If you want to join the customer group, I'll put the link in this video. Josie, maybe you could put a link to the private customer group for me. I see you're on here, sweetheart. And join the group. You got to answer the questions. But I have a gift for every single person that's in my customer group that's stuck in the house tomorrow night. And a lot of people need this gift. Why? Because we're having a real hard time understanding how to be spiritually connected. And the thing is that when you need it the most is not really the time for you to be trying to do this shit. Thank you, Josie. You got to understand, let's talk about spiritual connectivity. So this person I had a reading with, I got read for filth a little bit. She got read for filth a lot. But the reality of the matter is, look, if you don't have an ancestral altar, you have nowhere to start that relationship. Just like any relationship, you want to go out with somebody, you go on a date, right? Or you spend time talking, texting, however folks hook up these days. But you work at the point where you go hook up. And an ancestral altar, for the most part, the physical altar itself is really not doing anything to serve for your ancestors. They are doing you a favor because they're with you constantly. They've walked with you forever. They was just waiting to see if you was going to pay attention and see if they were there. The ancestors then in turn should and could lead you to higher deities. Okay? Some people get stuck just with your ancestors, but the spirits of this universe, okay, are science. They are forms of nature. They are tangible, and they give humans in our matrix, give them human personas. This is the forces of everything that we live, breathe, eat, personified. And so in order for us to be in sync with our surroundings, we have to communicate, respect, learn how to venerate. And when the universe or your ancestors or other spirits do you a solid, for you young folks, a favor, then you learn how to show the proper respect that I'm not going to forget you did this for me. And I'm going to tell everybody that you did this for me so that maybe they'll talk to their ancestors and they'll talk to their spirits and they will help them too. Whether you believe our gods are aliens, higher life forms, gods in the traditional magical sense, however you believe they are, there are forces that are above us, that are more, yes, if you are married, your ancestor altar is together, okay? Now, there are some ancestors you don't want on your altar, okay? And you shouldn't invite anybody in your life that causes you strife. If they cause you strife in this life, who knows if they'll cause you strife in death. If you have not found some way to reconcile yourself with a spirit, they do not need to go on your altar. You can have your father, your husband's people on one side of the altar, your people on the other. If they got on well, knew each other, you can mix them up. It's whatever. But whatever you want to call them, aliens, gods, guardian angels, whatever the hell you want to call them, they are here. And really, just like any other relationship, hey, if you can build that relationship, you will be able to see the effect that they have in your life. I don't do this because it's fun. I don't do this because it's cool. I have never had a desire to be a cool kid. I'm a nerd. Okay? I've always been strange. I've always been the black sheep of the family. So to get that type of some people do that so that they can do this so that they can be different. And that's okay too. You shouldn't have to want to be like anybody else. But if it didn't work, I wouldn't be sitting here running my mouth with y'all right now. I'd be fucking off, having a good time, high, playing with my toys, making things. I would not be sitting here talking to you right now because half of y'all ain't gonna fucking listen. So, you want to put your beloved ancestors on your altar. I don't care if it's a little cheap $15 table from IKEA, if that's all you can afford. Okay? If it's someplace that's public, like your living room, and you entertain people from outside of your home often, go online, find a cabinet, whatever. But in the meantime, just a white cloth, a white candle, a glass of water. Okay? Some white flowers if you can get them, but if you can't and you broke, that's okay too. Because I'm telling you, spirits have brought abundance in my life. And no, people are always on this tip that I'm some type of rich millionaire and I'm living a regular American life. I am still holding on to my full-time job that I have worked for the past 10 years. I ain't going nowhere. I'm anything but consistent. There's bills to be paid. Yeah, I'm concerned like everybody else, but I also know that everybody else can't pay their bills either, so I'm not really fucking worried about it. But what I'm worried about is surviving all of this. I've always been worried about surviving all of this. I've been worried about surviving the earth as long as I possibly could, because hopefully the earth will outsurvive me. When you're watching, I watched the address from the new mayor of Chicago, which there's a lot of shit you couldn't have told me was going to happen 10 years ago. You couldn't have told me shit a couple of years ago. You couldn't have told me we was going to have a black woman gay mayor in the city of Chicago and weed would be fucking legal. You couldn't have told me that a former TV reality star with the sense of a fucking gnat would be the president of the United States. You couldn't have told me that Prince would be dead from a drug overdose. So don't tell me what's fiction. Don't tell me what ain't possible. But what I can tell you about spirituality is it's possible. It opens up the realm of possibilities. And sometimes all we need is that energy. That energy can be called faith. All we need is that go sign, that we can make something happen. All I needed was that go sign as far as having a spiritual business. And so I divined. Because I divined about whether to stay in business on the web. I divined about every single fucking location until we found our store. And is the location perfect? No, but it's taught me some valuable lessons. And it might just put me in the place to own my own building for my own store at some point. But guess what? If I had never taken the energy of possibility and walked out on that possibility, then I wouldn't have 61 people sitting here listening to the words coming out of my mouth right now. And I take that as a very serious responsibility. And one that when you need to be told truth, you don't just need to be sold goods. You know, I have this other brother, and I don't know, maybe he doesn't have a debit card. Maybe he's not on social media. But I told him, you know, you want your incense because that's all he buys. You're going to have to order online. I'll call you and you can come pick it up. He doesn't want to get out the house. And because a lot of us, and I've been in these places several times in my life, sometimes within the course of a day, where I just don't like me. And there's things about me that I don't want to face, and I don't want to deal with it. This shit right now, I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with being worried about going to the grocery store and getting some shit that's going to fill my smoker's lungs with motherfucking pneumonia and could kill me. Okay? There is a possibility that any one of us could been, has been, may be sick, and people die every fucking day. Is that a reason for us to be careless out here in these streets? No, it is not. And I did my divination. The ancestors say you gonna be all right. Ain't nobody gonna get sick here in your house. Are we gonna get through it? The ancestors told me yes. We are. The Allah told me we will be. I asked for myself because everybody's different. But me and mine, the ancestors said we be fine. But come on now. There's got to be a mixture of sense with spiritualism. Just because the ancestors tell me that I am going to be fine doesn't mean that I go and open the doors to the store tomorrow and let everybody in. I'm not worried about my money more than I am worried about myself and my family. And we got little kids here. So even though the ancestors say, look, we got you. I knew that already before I dealt a single card. My spirits told me, we got you. Don't know. So I can take that little area of panic away. Because once I've done a divination on something, I'm good. Because I've done hundreds, maybe thousands of divinations. I ain't never had nobody ever come back and tell me how I was wrong. But they always come and tell me how I was right. And trust me, if somebody wanted to complain, go and look on Ripoff Report. I think I got one Ripoff Report. And the guy said my divination was meh. But the motherfucker didn't say it wasn't true. In fact, it's not even a Ripoff Report. It's some bullshit from some white person with butt hurt. They'll get over it. Because I talked about one of these frauds out here in these streets. Listen, you want to practice magic. I get that. More than ever, there's going to be people out here who never considered looking at herbs and roots as medicine that are looking at them now. And for us as African Americans, and those of us who have been influenced by African American culture in our spirituality, we see what we call hoodoo root work as three things: magical, medical, and mundane. And usually all three of those tied together according to a plant or a root's doctrine of signatures. And if you don't know any of these things, you might want to come into my customer group and find out what I'm doing so that you can learn about these things. But you have to understand this, you guys. No relationships. I'm sure that all of y'all with significant others are being tested like a motherfucker. Because you ain't had to spend this much time alone with your spouse, your lover, your boo thing, your hit it and quit it. You ain't ever had to spend this type of time with them ever. And you get to see what your relationships are built on. Now, I'm sorry, y'all. People are going to get tired of their damn kids. We love our children, but we should look at ways where we are all able to be together, not get on each other's nerves. Because see, if your kids are working your fucking nerves to the point where you want to throttle them like Homer does Bart, then you ain't raised them right. And you know you ain't raised them right. So the concentrated time that they are now spending on you, with you, and they're stepping on that last black sinew of a nerve that you have, it's your fault. Because you ain't raised them right. Unless they have some type of disorder or mental illness, it's your fault. So take this time and train your fucking children. Instead of being angry at them for being who they are because you let them do it. And see, I got free range kids, y'all. My kids have always been able to do pretty much what the fuck they want. At home, outside the home, as long as they were safe and careful. So here, we do whatever the fuck we feel like. We get up when we feel like it. We work when we feel like it. We do, and we excel. Okay? I don't hover over my kids and, hey, we get together, we clean up. When I ask them, I'm like, my girls, oh my God, they really, really cleaned up the other day when I was getting ready for the Crystal show. It just did it because they had the time and the opportunity. I'm using this time to go through my goddamn clothes closet and all that. I'm in my altar room, set it up as an office. Wait, let me show y'all this. And if you need this, if you're used to working with two monitors, my accountant, Mary Peters, hooked me up with this. This is a portable monitor. It's USB. It's $75. And it's like a little TV, and you can take it anywhere. You can put it in a laptop sleeve. And then I have my computer over here. Now, but if you've seen my office setup, I always have 2 or 3 monitors in my office. My office has been on fuck shit since we opened the store. And so, here I am, sitting in the altar room, working in my spirit's nerves, especially Freda. I know I'm working your nerves. I know. Because I'm usually in another room. And they usually have this as peace and we come in here and do our spell work, and we come in here for our family gatherings, and that's about it. But that's another thing. If there are rooms in your house that you ain't never used, take this time to use those rooms in your house. If you have a room in your house that nobody really goes in, make your altar there. Go, if you have a dining room, it's perfect. Nobody uses the fucking dining room. So I've always used my altar room since I bought this house. Okay? Use it. Go in there, get yourself one of these portable monitors maybe or something like that. And you can hook your phone up to it and broadcast from it and do some yoga, some stretching, some sitting. You know, take this time. I'm getting ready to go. I bought a KitchenAid ice cream maker and a meat grinder I ain't never used. Ain't no ground beef in the store. I'm finna make mine. I'm getting ready to make me some ice cream. Even though I don't really have any extra time because my business is still going. Thank you, spirits. My day job is work at home, been work at home. And now I got more people to teach how to work at home. I'm busy. But I am going to take this time because I realize those minutes that you drive to your stores or your jobs and commute and you spend doing this, that. Girl, they done closed IKEA. My friend Tamiko just talked about me. She said, I got a furniture fixation, and I probably do. And I'm like, well, I need another tray for my extra monitor so I can work in bed. I thought about building one of those trays that go over my bed. The bottom line is, stop feeling trapped. If you ain't starving, and granted, there are people out here who are, so if you got the opportunity to shoot somebody a yuppie food stamp to help them eat this week, by all means do so. I've been passing out 20 cash apps here, there, and everywhere just to keep food on people's tables. That's what you do. But most of the folks that I know, y'all ain't suffering. Most of us ain't suffering. So, and we all buy shit. So let's see what we can do with the shit that we've bought. Maybe we can determine we don't need that shit no more. Maybe we can put it online and offer it up for free for somebody who actually needs that shit. Maybe we can actually put some of this shit to use. Maybe we can even do it to grow our spirituality. There's some of y'all frequent customers of mine. The stuff that you bought and you continue to buy, I own a store, y'all. I'm a voodoo mambo supreme. I ain't using all the shit that y'all are buying. Y'all buying in bulk. God bless you. God has blessed you. LaWa, thank you. Thank you for your support. Now use that shit. Set up your altars. Start to read. Okay? So what you may not be getting from spirit, you may need to get from book knowledge or sit up and talk. I see somebody laughing and I know this person is a frequent customer of mine. She might be feeling a little personally attacked right now. But use the shit. I make pretty bottles and products. Don't let that shit sit on your shelf looking cute. Go take that spiritual bath. I sprayed my tub with scrubbing bubbles this morning because I ain't even got my materials here at the house to make my own cleanser. That shit's still sitting in the bottom of my tub, but I sure grabbed me. I went last night. I make my own incense, y'all, but I realized when I get home and I want to do something quick, I ain't got no incense. I went shopping in my own goddamn store last night because I'm used to having all of these things in my house, okay? And this good health incense right here got it going on. I got good health. I got frankincense and myrrh. I got lavender. I got strawberry because I'm a nigga. I got the goddess because I got to keep that feminine energy present. And super hit for every single damn zodiac in the household. And our charts are all over the place. So we need all of that. Hold on. Big and Smalls is clowning. Maybe she want to come say hi. Bigums! What is wrong with Bigums? Are you changing her diaper? Tell her to come here. Come here, baby. What's she mad about? Come here. Come to grandma. Come here, baby. Y'all know why this child is hollering? Because her fucking tablet is dead. Come here, come here, come here. Come here. hi. There ain't shit wrong with you. And you know ain't shit wrong with you. Look at you. Snotting, crying. Ain't shit wrong with this child. And that's what I tell y'all. Your children act like this. She ain't raised right. She's spoiled. I'm just as fucking guilty.
She's two-faced.
She's two-faced.
She's two-faced.
Say hi, Naya. Come say hi to everybody. Hi. Naya's been a very good girl. We're going to do some makeup later. We're going to have us no, don't touch the damn keyboard. Ain't nothing wrong with you. So, cut it out. You have just proven to the entire goddamn internet that ain't nothing wrong with you. Her first words, y'all, her first full sentence was, it's dead. Cut, stop it. And you quit messing with her.
No.
What? No, okay, stop. Be nice to each other. No fingers in the face, okay? Wipe your tears. Go solve your problem. Did you get your sister's charger? Did you get your sister's charger? Okay, Andy's going to get the charger and you'll be fine. But you don't have to stop all that damn noise. Now, bye. Bye. You want to stay here? If you want to stay here, you got to shut up. Because you tripping. Yes, these little... Because we raised them wrong. Now, let me tell y'all something. If I had my way, she wouldn't know what a fucking tablet is. I got like a 10-year-old iPad that she uses, okay? But that's why she gets upset. Because her tablet is dead. Now let's all stop and think about how all of us tend to behave like a child under 2 years of age. You just saw an example. Think about that. The next time you get out of pocket over some shit that is not going to kill you, think about why you're upset. And think maybe about it's your lack of understanding of the bigger picture. Because, see, her thing is she's not even 2. She doesn't understand that all we got to do is find the cord. And when we find the cord and we plug it in, she understands it, but she doesn't realize that we're going to be able to find the plug. Okay? How many y'all mad because you can't find your plug? Okay? Should have prepared. Should have got your weed ahead of time. Okay? These plugs ain't playing with you either. But that's the thing. Often we try to do work when it's already needed, rather than trying to do ahead of time what we need to do. Every day, the things that happen in ordinary life prevent me from doing things that I think will lead me to my higher spiritual good. And so I don't have as much space to breathe as a lot of people. There's a small segment of society who's just off work. They can't even work remotely. They just got to stay at home. But I'm going to take every one of these little minutes to see if I can do something differently. My thing was rest, going to sleep. And I vowed to myself I was going to stay in bed till noon today. That shit didn't happen, but I went back and I got up. And then I'll do stuff here. And if my daughter feels like going to the store when she gets back from taking one of the people she helps to the grocery store, she's got somebody who she's helping get his life together and change things and make things better for himself. So she's out taking him, making sure he's got his groceries and everything else. And if we decide to all go to the store later, then that's what we'll do. But I'm going to figure out how to handle some of these things that I haven't handled and take care of unfinished business. But at the same time, I'm going to work on deepening my relationships and back to spiritual relationships. If you don't talk to somebody and you don't speak their language and you don't take the time to learn their language, when you really, really, really need to talk to them, that's going to be problematic for you. That's one of the reasons why I'm learning Creole. But like, if I never sit down and talk to my ancestors and work on that relationship and ask for their assistance, guidance, and signs, then I'm not going to know them even when they do show up. This ain't Hollywood. Your ancestors may not show up Yes, well, the backyard is currently a swamp. That's why they ain't outside. Because trust me, I'll run these little kids outside from the time they get up to the time they go to bed when the weather's good. And half the time they doing yard work and they don't know it because we're playing games. Games. Pick up the branches. Games. We are stuck. It's wet. It's nasty. And it's best for them to be in the house. So, we got plenty of art stuff. I'm going to go see what I can get them into. We might even do makeovers tonight. Me and the oldest granddaughter. I've been telling her that I'm going to sit down. We're going to play in makeup. We never get a chance to do that. So, spend time doing those things that you never got the chance to do. The more time you spend actually doing the work, the spiritual work, which means talking to your ancestors, researching any type of form of magic that you want to do, especially herbal magic and herbal medicine at this time in your lives. And there's a lot of herb companies like Mountain Rose done shut down until they can catch up on their orders. That's how crazy it's been. People panic ordering herbs. If you see something out on the website, it's going to be out on the website for a minute because some of my suppliers, and that's just one of many, one of my suppliers is in PA. They're on complete lockdown. You can't do what you can't do. That's understandable. But there's plenty of things that you can do in the time that we have. And guess what? We got to face the real possibility. For some people, they don't have a lot of time left. Whether it's the coronavirus, cancer, a sudden heart attack, a car accident, a plane crash, they don't have a lot of time left and they don't even know it. We could die tomorrow. And I don't give a fuck what anybody says. This is one of those situations that proves that more than anything else I have ever seen in my life. And I done been through, I was born in the middle of the Vietnam War. We've seen the AIDS. We've seen 9/11. We've seen Ebola. We've seen the bird flu. We've seen the swine flu. We've seen the recessions. You don't know what you got. You have no idea what you have, and any of it could be taken away from you in a split fucking second. Ask anyone who's lost a child or nearly lost a child. I got a friend that just came on this live. He nearly lost his son several years ago. We were scared. His son survived something should nobody have survived. And we didn't know what was going to happen. So while all of us are walking around here, and if you do believe in a spiritual purpose, I don't care what your religion is, you want to get right with God, well, ain't this a perfect opportunity for you to do so? Why the fuck are you sitting up here worried about anything other than your relationship with spirit? If this is something you believe in. Now, there's a lot of people who are atheists who don't believe in these types of things. And even they will go back to the earth. So care about the earth. But you have to do. A lot of people don't take a lot of things seriously. But the thing is, and you know what? It depends on the person. Not everybody may be an herbal practitioner. Not everybody may be a hoodoo. Not everybody may want to be a Luciferian or or Wicca or voodoo sant or a Palero. It really don't matter. But the question is, are you doing what you want? I don't understand. And I had the same conversation with my friend whose son almost died. What do you want to be happy? What in your life is it going to take you to be happy? For some people, it's really small things. But we have gotten to the point where we don't know what those things are. You can't get lazy. You can't get lazy with your purpose. People walking around here without a fucking purpose, those are people usually that have the worst forms of, and I'm not going to say mental illness, mental disability, because some of these things you can reverse. A lot of mental illnesses can't be reversed. They can only be managed. But you put yourself at a mental disability when you don't do the things that you were put here to do. And I don't care. We want to talk about purpose. We want to talk about whether somebody's purpose is maybe a higher calling. Let me tell you, all these people that people have looked down on for years, your fucking garbage men, your fucking teachers, your grocery store workers, your restaurant workers, those are the people who are either overworked or the most severely impacted by this, and they can't fulfill their purpose. And as you can see, the motherfucker that rings up your toilet paper or who stands at self-checkout when that motherfucker don't work right so you can get some toilet paper does indeed have a motherfucking purpose. Treat them like that. I was irritated with my bagger the other day because I'm trying to get the fuck up out the store. And I could tell he was mentally disabled because my patience is not very thick right now. And I'd organize everything on my belt because I am so used to grocery store baggers putting raw meat in with vegetables and shit that when I separate my food onto the belt, I put all my fresh vegetables first and I put my meat and my breakables and stuff last. And all the other stuff in between. So no way you could fuck that up. And I'm bagging my own groceries like it's my fucking Aldi. Excuse me, and I'm used to that because I've shopped at Aldi most of my life. But I'm at Kroger, and here comes, and he's a sweet guy. He's like, I'm just trying to treat your groceries like they were mine. And I'm like, but honey, most people don't do that, but thank you. And I said, I will organize the groceries the way I wanted. They're going 2 different places, so let's just work with me here. So even when somebody's trying to be incredibly helpful, they can still work your fucking nerves, especially when you ain't got no face mask. And you try to get the fuck up out of somewhere, okay? But we got to learn, how to deal with people, but it comes from dealing with ourselves. So the only thing I can encourage you to do is what I'm doing right now. I'm looking at the shit I don't do. Like, why is my laundry still sitting at the foot of my bed in a laundry basket when my daughter brought it up from the basement for me 4 days ago? What the fuck is wrong with me? I got up this morning. Why is my sink still dirty? Why is my vanity still dirty in my bathroom? So I clean my vanity. And no, I don't do it in 50,000,011 steps. And a lot of people think that I do. Jezebel, damn you. Okay, fine. Between these kids and this cat, come here. God damn it. Say hello. Because that's all you want to do. Don't type on the keyboard either. Say hello. Oh, now you purring. You're just an asshole. You're just an asshole. Everybody and myself in this house are assholes. There's no dick in this house. The dick visits, okay? We're all feminine, vagina-carrying assholes, and this is the biggest one. And let me tell you something. She's just like my ex-husband's. She's sweet. She's cuddly. She's fat. I like a thick man. I like a man with a belly like mine. And then she'll let me love on her for a minute. But watch, y'all. I'll even do this exam online. She's going to try to bite me in just a fucking minute. This little asshole's going to try to bite me. Why? Because she knows I'm talking about her. Are you going to bite me? Look at her looking salty. You know I'm talking about you. You know I'm talking about your fat ass. Done tore up every fucking piece of leather in my house. She's an asshole. We are all assholes. And that's one of the things you got to understand. We're really difficult motherfuckers to get along with. Work on that. Work. I'm hoping that when we get done with all of this is work. Root work is work. You cannot venerate your ancestors if you don't have a fucking altar to focus on. Don't tell me you don't need nothing, because okay, maybe you special K, but 99% of the people in this world use some type of altar for their worship and for their veneration and for their thankfulness and their gratitude. Am I fucking lying? So if you want to do the work, if you want to be a worker, at least do that. I don't wake up putting on little motherfucking clang clang bells and playing my medicine bowl, my singing bowl every day. I didn't have any fucking decent incense in my house because it was all in my store. So I robbed my store last night, and I'm going to have to take these all off inventory. I went and got me some shit because I said when I'm at home, I want to bring in that energy. Whatever it is going to take to make you a better you when you come out of this crazy ass bullshit, if we come out of this crazy ass bullshit, and I do believe that we will, then fucking do it. But there's no way in the world that you're going to grow spiritually, academically, financially, if you don't do the fucking work. So, like I said, I got a gift that some people have been crying that they can't get for a very long time. They broke, they this, they that. I have a gift in my customer group. You want to join the customer group? That's entirely up to y'all. But I got a free gift in there because I'm sitting here thinking about what can I give people? What can I do for people in this time where they can't leave the house? I'm watching people that I love who are dancers and artists doing sipping paints. Brooke, Nikki and them did a sipping paint. I missed that. Day Umbrister, he did a free dance class. Debbie Allen did a dance class. So I put a gift in my group, okay? But because my group can only hold so many people, and we do have at least 1 or 2 paid people who are taking this class, it's only in my customer group. And you do have to answer the questions to join. If you don't answer the questions, you're not going to get the gift. And ain't no strings attached. I ain't asking you to buy nothing. I ain't trying to promote no products. I'm just trying for you all to get spiritually on track. I see people in here in this Facebook Live that I have known for decades. Some of you are scared of getting closer to your own divinity. Some people are scared of readings because they are scared to maybe know something that they were told they didn't have any business knowing. But at the crux, at the bottom of all of this, I don't care what it is, you are scared of the God or goddess in you. You are actually scared of what you have the ability to manifest and make in your own life because you know that if you are given the ability, you may or may not choose to take advantage of it. And that's on you. We make decisions like that every fucking day of our lives. I know I do. There are some things that I choose not to do every day that, yes, I know would probably make me great. But you know what? Sometimes all those things also come with burdens. When you do those things that make you great, when you fulfill your purpose, guess what? You start thinking about what people think. People expect you to keep doing it. Let's take Lauryn Hill, for example. People pissed at Lauryn Hill. But if Lauryn Hill doesn't make another fucking best-selling album, we still have that one gift that she gave. And maybe that was all the gift she had. I don't think so. But also, she makes choices. Very good, Gia. Be quiet. They ain't gonna know what they getting unless they in the group. So, because I can't overwhelm myself. You know, there's stuff that I just want to do for people, and I just know either I can't emotionally or financially afford to do so, and that it would kill me if I tried to. I felt that way a long time about owning this store. And, you know, in a lot of ways, that fear manifests. You know, it's like, Jesus, I had no idea what this would take. And the patience of dealing with some of these crazy ass people that come in off the streets. And the privilege, see, I can shield myself from the clear folks and their fuckery in my home and even just having a web-based business. But when they're walking in off the street with their kind of bullshit and then they want to feel the need to go and shout the rooftops on Google reviews about it, knowing good and fucking well you put anything up there about me and my beliefs, I'm going to come back at you just like I came back at you in my store. Do you think I'm going to run away from you because you gave me a bad review? And fuck these people. And I think that's what a lot of y'all need to do. Now, let me tell you something. Don't go get in my group and try to get this gift if you still worried about what other motherfuckers think. Especially motherfuckers that ain't paying your bills. Especially people that don't respect you and don't respect your beliefs. Please don't join my customer group. Because you really, in order to get the real benefits of real spiritual growth, you really have to let go of what other motherfuckers think. Especially ones that don't support you, don't help you, and wouldn't give you $20 if you needed it. Y'all put too much fucking stock into what other people think. So what you need to start thinking about is, what do you think? Nobody can pressure you into anything. Like I talked about in that initiation video the other day. Ain't nobody put nobody's gun to their head and told them to go buy a fucking plane ticket to Haiti to initiate. Just because you didn't know what was going to happen didn't mean it was going to happen. What you do when you do things like that is you open yourself to the possibility of everything. And you can't be a punk when you do that. When you open yourself to the possibility of everything and anything, the good, the bad, the ugly, you know it's going to come, and you're going to enjoy the top of that ride. And you know how your stomach feels when you hit the low on a roller coaster? You're going to feel that too. Okay? And so, do spell work on them. Talking about I can stop my hubby from caring what other motherfuckers think. Do spell work on them. Make them not give a fuck. That's what this is here for. There is work that can really make you quote unquote invisible. Where people won't even pay attention to what you're doing. Where you can go up under the fucking radar and make shit happen. And guess what? Guess who are the experts of doing that? The government. They know it. You got more members in the occult running these motherfucking governments than you ever imagined. And you best to know the energies and the magic of your oppressor. Find out how they operate. Find out how they stay invisible. Find out how the shit that they do doesn't come. I was reading some shit about a formerly classified article about COVID-19. Well, bitch, how the fuck did it get unclassified? COVID-19. I'm not talking about something from the 1960s becoming unclassified during the Freedom of Information Act. No, I'm talking about some shit that just became unclassified. You have the ability to do whatever you want. But the point is, you have to do it. You have to believe it. And in times when ain't shit certain, like this, it takes a little bit more effort. And that's why I'm telling y'all, if you can gear up and get your spirit right, get your life right, fix the places, sit down, write down the things that you don't have to tell anybody that you want to fix. Fix them. Do whatever you can. Person I was speaking to tonight hadn't been to therapy since December. I'm like, why? Because they left that therapist. Okay, find another. That's just like saying, I'm dying. I'm not going to try this alternative medicine, or if the chemo rates are good and high, I'm not going to try it because I'm just not going to try it. Or like my friend who's on here who almost lost his son, they could have just said, okay, just stop everything. They believed in continuing to try. And I don't know what it is about our environment. Stop it, Jesse. Or our nature that makes us not want to try. When we start talking about the devil, like the unity churches. I love the way the unity churches see the devil. They see the devil as ignorance. Not so much as a human individual, but an energy of lack of knowledge. When you know better, you do better. When you know something, you can try something. So consider your lack of knowledge. Consider your lack of energy. Consider that to be sin. If you must have sin as a concept in your life. Sloth, If you are a depressed person who deals with anxiety and depression, that's why one of the best therapies in the world is art therapy. And if you can't get out and see somebody and get the help that you need professionally, make something. I don't care if it's cooking something preferably good for you. A lot of us cook shit that ain't no good for us when we're depressed. Make something, paint something, draw something. Go play with your kids in the Play-Doh. Do the things that you always wished you had a chance to do. This illness in and of itself, this virus in and of itself is not a blessing, it's a lesson. But can you get a blessing from this? Can you find a blessing from this? That's what I want you to do. So like I said, I have another great announcement. And I really want you to support this sister. And we've been asking for it. I don't think we've done it in maybe a whole year or two. Our bone reading class will be listed over the weekend, and it will be the 25th and the 26th of April. And yes, it will be 100% online. Join us as, and I'm trying to remember, I don't want to give her proper title. I think it's Polero or Polera, Michelle Jackson. is going to be teaching our bone reading class again. Okay? Yes, art saves lives. Art and music. Put on some good music. Go fuck your partners, y'all. Get your sex on. You laying there breathing the same fucking air anyway. Go. Listen, I've been celibate for a very, very long time. And it's not because I wanted to. I just ain't met nobody that I'm, going to get down with. I'm very picky about the person that I share my body with. And I don't care if they're a man or a woman. I'm very picky about who I share my body with. And I swear to God, y'all, today I got up from my nap and was thinking about dick. I haven't thought about dick real hard in a very long time. But I was like, I remember what it feels like. I remember what it tastes like. I'm like, oh, it'd be nice to have some dick right now. Some of y'all laying right next to dick. Some of y'all laying right next to pussy, and you ain't doing nothing with it. If you ain't gonna do nothing, at least get some fuck. Okay? That's what we're here for. That's one of the things we're here for. Use what you got. Art supplies. You could even have sex and do art. You can do, finger painting with your dick, I guess. Whatever. Pussy imprints. Whatever. Just do it. But sitting here talking about what you ain't got and you ain't done shit ain't gonna help you. Okay? And so, I was like, that's a thing. People be like, I was thinking, I wish... people like, I wish I had got more toilet paper. I honestly do wish that we do buy a big pack a month. For now on, I'm going to make sure we have 2 big packs a month. But I was like, man, I wish I had me some dick in a storehouse somewhere. Think it got me looking at my phone. And when my exes did contact me and tell me, that you was really good back in the day. I remember that in your dorm room. And I'm like, yeah, you was good too. I'm sitting there thinking about dialing up old dick. Come on, y'all. Be grateful for what you have. Okay? Use what you have. Stop buying shit you don't need. Give away shit that's getting in your way. And then the whole purpose for this conversation is if you want to do the work, if you want to take some of the principles you see me talk about spiritually, join my customer group. We'll help you get started. But if you want a relationship with your ancestors, if you want a relationship with your spirits, and you want a relationship with your God and goddesses, you got to start somewhere. I remember my father telling me there's no such thing as a black atheist. And I said, well, what do you mean by that, Daddy? He said, because soon as a nigga get in trouble, oh, Lord, oh, Jesus. I don't even believe in Jesus as a God, and I'll still call on him. So in times like this, we really do. We take stock. We stop and think, what have I been doing? Have I been fucking this up? Maybe it's time for me to get my life right with God. It's always that time. We just have to do it. So I'll see you guys later, because I ain't getting other shit done that I'm supposed to get done, including listing that bone reading class. And I really, honestly, I'm just going to tell my daughter, I don't want to do shit tonight. I don't. I woke up on some ain't shit fuckery this morning, and I've done some things, but I'm really riding that today, and it's okay. Because I know that tomorrow and the next day and the day after that, I'm going to do my shit. It's okay to rest too, y'all. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. These are permanent, y'all. This is permanent. I'm going to try some shit. I don't even take the time to sit down to put tea bags on my eyes. I don't take the time to sit down and fucking work on these goddamn feet or go someplace and get somebody to work on them. I keep my toenails cut. I pumice them every day and I keep it moving because I don't want no fucking horse hooves. But there are things that I really could take more time. Look at, I'm always twisting my hair on Facebook Live. Look at my hair. I'm going to do some shit, y'all. And I want y'all to do some shit too. And because you all come to me, because when you want to do spiritual shit, you want to know what I think or what I can do, I see it a lot more. I see the spiritual part. But there are things you've been looking at in your house. And for the most part, we have food, we have shelter, we have lights, We have everything. If you don't have something, let me know. We will get it for you. Okay? All of us have something to do in our fucking houses, especially if we work. We got things to deep clean. It is spring cleaning. It was supposed to, folks, is on spring break. Clean your goddamn house. I told you the whole reason why I'm sitting in my altar room right now is because I'm looking at my office like Mark is on here. He been over here 3 times. We just been plowing through the shit. We plowing through his room so he can work in his craft room. Just fix it, y'all. That way, when things get back to normal, and y'all gonna hate normal. Y'all really gonna hate normal after this. I'm gonna tell you for real. When you get back to normal, you'll be able to survive it that much better. But if you don't, and you're missing an opportunity. I told my daughters, oh yeah. I told Rakia when she get home, because you know how much money she could be making divining? And I'm like, you gonna read for me tonight. We're going to just find just little things. And I'm not talking about, go out and start your own business, which you could possibly sit up and write your business plan tonight. I'm not talking about go fucking climb Mount Everest because motherfuckers die doing that. It's cold and you might get sick. I'm not talking about all that. I'm just talking about the little itty bitty pieces that can help you put you back together again. So when the shit goes down, you can hold it together better. And that ancestor altar, that getting right with the creator, that being part in nature, all of this shit and this shit that you constantly, present company included, for everybody who's been to my house, I'm not a hoarder. I just got a lot of shit, okay? My house is clean. You can get through my house. There are no piles. But I have accumulated shit. Why? Because I take care of shit. I got antiques that people have given to me. Things that people giving me. I just got a beautiful t-shirt from some of my former students the other day. I have so many t-shirts I can't close my drawer, but I love that shirt. I'm keeping that shirt. We all have shit. We all have shit that's not so nice about us. And my connection went crazy there for a minute. We all have things to fix. I'm not saying that you're going to be able to fix your entire life in the scope of these weeks, possibly months, that we are going to be dealing with this situation, but you have time to do something. So in the spirit of that, love, peace, and Afro Greece. Stay white, stay black, stay Latino, stay whatever the fuck you are. Be yourself. Fuck what the fuck everybody thinks and do your goddamn thing. And do it now, because I told you, you don't know how much time you have left.